So when I was younger, I used to be depressed and miserable. And I thought that it's just how it was. That's the type of person that I was. And people who came from backgrounds like I came from were not happy, were not meant to be happy. Now, this turned out to be completely fake. And I realized that it was a skill that I was lacking. I used to have all these negative thoughts all the time. My brain would be thinking about negativity, right? Spinning these scenarios around and around and around, right? And all these negative thoughts would just come in, bam, one after another. They would sort of attack my brain. And I just felt helpless, like I wasn't able to do anything about them, right? Because, oh, negative thoughts are just there. They come and I can't do anything about it. But I've learned that there is a really simple strategy, and I used it to kill all my negative thoughts and eliminate them from my life, and basically 10x my happiness. And it's exactly the strategy that I'm going to teach to you today. Now, let's start with the first thing. I think that problem with being happier, the problem with not being depressed, but with being happier, because we don't want to be happy, we just want to be happier than we are, is that people never define the word happiness. So that's exactly what I'm going to do for you today. We will define the word happiness so that once and for all you can know when you are happy and when you are not happy. Okay, because some people think pleasure is happiness, some people think that when they are excited, this is happiness, and it's very easy to get confused in all of those definitions and terms. So let me tell you what I mean when I say I am happy. Now, most people say that happiness is this magical feeling. It's when I have a night at home and I have my favorite snacks and all of that. But this is like zero specificity and zero intention, right? They just basically say some general stuff that doesn't apply, and that's why they are basically miserable and anxious. Now, what is happiness? What is the goal of this video? How do you 10x your happiness? Well, there are two elements to definition of happiness. So I learned this one from Naval Ravikant. So happiness is two things. Thing number one and thing number two. So first thing is not wanting anything to be different. So when you don't want anything to be different in your life right now, when you don't want to be in a different place, when you don't want to be talking to somebody else, when you don't want to be doing something else, in my eyes, you're a happy person. A happy person is satisfied with what they have. Okay, so this is the first element. It's not wanting anything to be different, right? When you don't want anything to be different, you're basically free, you're happy. Because you're just not so concerned with the future, you're not concerned with changing everything and eliminating some things from your environment. So this is the first element. Second element is being present and fully immersed in the moment. Okay, so being present and fully immersed in the moment. So this is the second element. And when you can combine these two elements, right? When you combine not wanting anything to be different about your life and being fully present and immersed in whatever you are doing right now, that's when, in my opinion, you've achieved happiness, right? It's the closest thing we have. And in my book, this is the best definition of happiness. Now, if we know that these two things, not wanting anything to be different and being present and fully immersed in the moment, create happiness in our life, then we can engineer a way to get more of those two things. So the question that we want to answer today is how to achieve guaranteed happiness. Oh wait, well, you will not see this if I write this on my camera. Guaranteed happiness and kill negative thoughts. Okay, so this is our question. Now, because we've defined what happiness is, we can actually be specific and we can have the right intention to do it. And there is a 15-minute strategy that I'm going to show you. But first, logically going from point A, which is what is happiness, to what is our goal, we can define that happiness will be training your brain to be more grateful and present. Right, so training your brain to be more grateful and present. So grateful is the first part. When you're grateful for whatever you have, you don't want anything to be different. That's where the first one comes in. Because if I am grateful for my life right now, if I am grateful for this moment, if I'm happy that I'm able to record this video for you, that I'm able to teach you this lesson, then I'm not waiting, I'm not unhappy, I'm not dissatisfied, there isn't anything that's missing actually from my life, right? So this is the first part, and second part is be more present, because when you are present, we have already discussed, you're in the moment, you're not thinking about anything. Think about how children are, right? When they are playing, think about the time when you were a child, right? That's when you probably remember being the happiest. Why is that? Well, because you were present and fully immersed in the moment. So we know that. Now, what is the 15-minute strategy that I'm going to teach you? It's very simple, but it's so powerful. The moment you try it, the moment you implement it into your routine, you're going to notice a spike, a 10x in your happiness, and you're going to eliminate all of those negative thoughts that you have. So the 15-minute strategy I've used is okie dokie, journaling. Now, why journaling? So when I was learning about happiness, when I was learning about the good life, I've noticed a pattern, and you probably noticed it too, especially if you're interested in self-growth, that if you have guys who are really wise, right, smart, prosperous, happy, right, like let's say Matthew McConaughey, right, or you have Marcus Aurelius, these stoic, wise guys, right, that people admire, that achieve a lot of success. So stoic, wise, and successful. The habit that they share is actually journaling. So they are like completely opposite, right? Marcus Aurelius lives, he's like a Roman emperor, legendary Roman emperor, and he actually lives like more than 2,000 years ago probably. And McConaughey is a modern day actor, right? But both of them are stoic, both of them are wise when you listen to them, and both of them are successful, very successful, right? And the thing is, they share journaling, the same habit. Think about this. This habit has survived more than 2,000 years, and it's still effective. And why do they do this? Well, because it works, right? It works, and the main effects that I've noticed, the benefits, are clearer thoughts. This is one. I'm sure you know this. When you're just trying to think about something in your brain, then like it's very difficult to put it into words. It's very difficult to be specific. All the fears, worries, the negative thoughts especially tend to be not clear. They tend to be a little bit muddy, right? A little bit dirty. If I had to show them, it would be like dirty. They are muddy, right? This is mud, right? But clear thoughts are more like water. They're like this. But you can only do it on paper or in a form where you're expressing yourself. So journaling is perfect for clearer thoughts. Then it's just not going on autopilot, because your brain has learned so many beliefs, habits, and routines when you were younger that right now it's just repeating those patterns. It's just repeating all of those behaviors. But when you have to sit down, right? Let's say there is a desk, bam, and you have to actually sit down and write something, right? This is you, bam, writing, and this is your journal. Then you can't go on autopilot because this is much slower. And you actually need to think about your response. You need to think about the situation in a deeper way. Okay, so we've already discussed what we're going to do now. I'm going to give you the exact strategy, the exact thing that you can put right now when you finish watching this video into your journal on a piece of paper, and we're going to 10x your happiness. We're going to kill out those thoughts. So how do we do this? Well, I recommend first thing in the morning with coffee. So you have like some sort of ritual, right? You're sitting and you're planning for the day, or you're thinking about what you're going to do. There is just a moment of slowing down in the morning. For me, this is when I sit with coffee. And I want you to have a notebook, right? So you're, bam, open a notebook. Also, I've tried doing this like later in the day, but it doesn't work, man, at all. Because when things start happening, especially when you are running a business or you're doing some high demanding type of work, then you're not going to be in the mindset to do journaling. You're just going to be running from one thing to different things. So I've only been able to stick to it when I did it in the morning, right? So you open up a notebook, you write the date, and we're going to do this together, okay? So I'm going to demonstrate this for you. We're writing the date. The date is 9th. Sorry, not 9th, 5th. It's 5th October 2025. That's what I would write. Okie dokie. And the first thing that we're going to do is, bam, gratitude. So we are going to write down 3 things that we are grateful. This is exactly what I want you to do. I am grateful for this. And I will be grateful for my cup of tea. Cup of tea. And I'm actually like just thinking about it, like someone had to plant the tea, they had to grow it, they had to collect it, they had to transport the leaves to the country where I live in, right? They had to be put in a store. This is actually tea that I bought in London when I was on a trip in London. And it's just this delicious, elegant mix. And I'm thinking about all those things that had to have happened for me to get this tea. And I'm feeling so grateful for it, right? Because Jesus, it's like it's a much better experience than drinking water, for example. Now, this is my first one. Second one is, I am grateful for the opportunity to create. This is true, by the way. So grateful for this opportunity to be able to create something for you, to teach you a different strategy that I think that is going to improve your life in a meaningful way when you actually apply this. And it makes me feel very satisfied and very wholesome that I'm able to give you this strategy. That when I was younger, I thought that I told you the story that like I was unhappy and I was depressed. But thanks to this, I've been able to change that. I've been able to become more happy, and that's exactly what I'm going to do for you. And the third one, I am grateful for, and you can go like, so I just gave you like one simple grateful for, and I can say my healthy eyes, because some people are blind, some people don't see, and I have the amazing ability to see, right? And when I think about this, if I didn't have the ability to see, how much more limited my life would be, right? How much more would I not be able to do? Okay, so I just gave you the exact what to do, but so in gratitude we do 3 times. I am grateful for, and then bam. Okay, so some categories that you can think about that I really like is an opportunity, you have today. Okay, this is really nice. So like opportunity to create, opportunity to wake up, opportunity to speak to this person, opportunity to speak to your romantic partner, opportunity to eat some delicious food, right? Think about the opportunities that you have today that you might not have in the future. Okay, you can think about material things, and you can think about relationships, and these can be relationships presently in the present moment, or they can be relationships in the past that helped you. You can say, I am thankful, I am grateful for the relationship I had with my childhood best friend, because it taught me how to have fun, it taught me how to relax, and it taught me how to be loyal to someone, right? So that's what we do. First one, this takes care of that. You don't want anything to be different. Like you can't have a negative thought while you're feeling grateful. Like gratitude kills all of those negative thoughts. How can you be grateful if your eyes work? How can you be anxious if your eyes work? And there are people whose eyes don't work. You can't, right? Second one, what would make today great? Name your price, name your condition, okay? Ask yourself, what would make today great? And then do 3 things. So, for example, for me today, what I wrote down in the morning, actually, you can do healthy, nutritious breakfast. Bam. So if like set the conditions, because when you meet them, you are allowed to feel happy, right? You're setting the rules, you are creating the rules. You're not waiting for some magical feeling of happiness to hit you. No, 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 no. You're setting the rules, and that's how you can actually be the creator of your own happiness. Next one would be record a video. So how do you think my day went? Right? That's another one. And the last one would be no rush. Doing things slowly. That's something I'm trying to work on. Being more precise, not jumpy, not like let's do this, let's do that. No, no, no. Just being like a craftsman and slowly developing things. Okay, and the last one, third one. So, okay, and the second one you do what would make today great? And you name 3 things that would make today great, right? So we're doing basically 3 things. We wrote the date, bam. We wrote I am grateful, gratitude, the first part, right? Second part is what would make today great, 3 things. For me, it's bam, bam, bam. Today is great because I've already met my conditions today. The last one is actually more of something that's going to build you up a little bit, and that's going to kill that depression. It's going to teach your brain to think in a more positive manner. Well, by the way, when you start putting great gratitude on paper, your brain will automatically look for things to be grateful for throughout the day. So you're basically teaching your brain to be more grateful. Think about how powerful that is. Now, this last one is affirmations. I am, and you do 3 things, okay? For example, I can say I am free and independent. I am, what else? Creative. And the last one is I am rich and wealthy. In money, but in potential, most importantly. I have so many things that I can still do with my life, and you also have so many things that you can do with your life. So in this way, I am also creating the best version of myself, right? Quick recap of this video. Let's summarize this, okay? So that we can close the show. Okay, so negative thoughts aren't something you can't eliminate. If you think that they are, you've probably never been taught properly how to deal with them. So first, happiness. Most people's definition, zero specificity, zero intention. I just want to be happy. I just want to be happier. So they are miserable and anxious because they never specify it. Happiness is 2 elements: not wanting anything to be different and being present and fully immersed in the moment. When you combine these 2, you are happy, right? You don't want anything to be different. Now, how to achieve guaranteed happiness and kill all of those negative thoughts that you have? Well, we need to train your brain to be more grateful and more present, okay? And how do we do this? Well, we use the 15-minute strategy that I've used to kill my negative thoughts and 10x my happiness. And I told you that I learned this from Matthew McConaughey, Marcus Aurelius, and I noticed this pattern. Not only them, but these guys came to my mind because they're so far away. There's like 2,000 years between them. Like stories, why successful guys, they are journaling. They are putting their thoughts on paper. Benefits of journaling are clear thoughts, not muddy thoughts, right? And then you have these clear, beautiful, blue, clear thoughts, not muddy. And you are not going on autopilot because it's slower when you need to sit down like this, right? Now, how do we do this? We do this first. We sit down first thing in the morning with coffee. We open up a notebook. Get yourself a nice notebook if you want, but just a piece of paper will work. We do a date at the top. Gratitude first. We do 3 things I am grateful for. Second one is, and think about opportunity you have today, some material thing and relationship that you have in the present or that you had in the past. Then put your conditions for happiness that day. What would make today great for you, right? 3 things. Once they are met, there is no reason for you to feel miserable or depressed. And the last one is affirmations. Use I am and name some things that you are. I am free and independent, creative, rich and wealthy, whatever it is, healthy, strong, happy, loved, safe, you are choosing. Now, if this has been helpful, put a like under this video, subscribe for more, and let's build that life you've always dreamt about. See you in the next one.